Do you ever feel like it's difficult in order to keep the priorities of your life focused and keeping it the first thing that needs to get done? Do you ever find like it's difficult where other things are kind of crowding for your attention, trying to draw you away from making sure that the most important things get done? Well, guess what? That's not unusual. That's true for all of us. And today we are going to look at how Jesus, one thing that Jesus did on a regular basis that helped him keep the priorities of why he came to earth in focus. Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor Jay Moore. I'm the founder of the group The Ordinary Christian. And today we are going to have a great time taking a look at the last verses in the book of Mark, chapter 1, and looking at this next episode of Who is this Jesus? All right, stay tuned. All right, let's dive into this. In Mark chapter 1, starting with verse 35, we got the beginning of a new day for Jesus. Jesus had just spent some time teaching in the synagogues, casting out a demon. He went home with Peter, James, John, Andrew, and healed Peter's mother-in-law. People heard about it and started coming on over to Peter's house, bringing all of their sick relatives, their sick friends, bringing demon-possessed peoples. And Jesus just spent the entire day teaching, preaching, healing, casting out demons from morning until nighttime. Well, the next morning, it says that in the early morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up by himself, went off to a solitary place, a place where he could be alone, and there he prayed. And while he was praying, the apostles got awake. Peter, James, John, Andrew got awake, and they're looking around. Where'd Jesus go? He was sleeping here at the house. Where'd he go? And they started looking for him, and they found him at that solitary place where was praying. And they said, everyone's been looking for you. Where'd you go? I mean, there's still more people around. And Jesus says, we need to leave. We need to go to other places and teach them as well. We got to go to other towns, other cities, other villages, and teach them as well, because this is why I came. I mean, listen to how the Bible actually reads it. It says, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Simon and his companions went to look for him, and when they found him, they exclaimed, "Everyone's looking for you." And Jesus replied, "Let's go somewhere else." Wow. Let's go somewhere else, to the nearby villages, so that I can preach there also. That is why I've come. So he traveled throughout Galilee, preaching in their synagogues and driving out demons every place he went. Wow. I want to set the picture for you, because that would be tough for a bunch of us. You see, Jesus had a mission. He's on a mission, and he invited Peter, James, John, and Andrew to join him on this mission. And that mission was to bring the good news and bring it to the people of Israel. He gets to this town and he calls Peter, James, John, Andrew. He goes to the synagogue there and he's preaching there, and they're amazed. He's teaching like one who has authority. He demonstrates he has authority by casting out a demon. And he goes home with Peter. He heals Peter's mother-in-law. And throughout the rest of the evening, he's healing and he's casting out other people's demons. Man, this guy has got a ministry rocking. It's going off the hooks. By most modern people's view, we would begin to say, you know what? He's just launched this amazing ministry right there in the town he's at. And most influencers, most people who are the experts would say, Jesus, just stay where you're at. Don't get up and leave. Man, you've got people coming to you, and the word's going to get out, and you can build a great building. You could have huge services. But no, that's not what Jesus does. You see, he's got priorities. He's got a mission that he's been sent here to do by the Father, God the Father. And after this great initial ministry opening, and all these people are joining with him, he needs to get away. He needs to sort things out. He needs to pray to the Father and says, Father, what's going on? Now, the Bible doesn't give us, the details of what the prayer was. We just know he went to the solitary place and he prayed. And when he's done praying, and the Peter and James and them find him, they're saying, everyone's looking for you. His words are to them, we need to go to other places, for that is why I was sent. Here's what I think happened. He's going to the Father and say, Father, should I just stay here? Look at this huge welcoming that I got, this huge reception that I've just had. Should I stay here or what? He's trying to make sure he keeps the priorities in top place, that he doesn't get sidetracked by doing good things, that he neglects doing the best things. And so he prays. And God, the Father, reminds him, why were you sent? It's to go preach the message to not just one town, but to all the towns. So all of Israel can hear the good news. So there's some things that we can learn about Jesus. Even Jesus needed time to get away, sort things out, get his focus sharpened. And he did it through prayer. He's consulting the Father for what he needs to do, how he needs to proceed, how to move forward. You see, in our lifetime, we also get distracted by things. We can get the priorities of life clouded, as it were, and because other things, not bad things, could be even good things, sometimes gathers our attention and distracts us from pursuing and doing the things that God has called us to do. What's the solution to that? How do you keep those things, those priorities in their proper place? Regular prayer, asking God, seeking God's guidance, seeking God's wisdom. Lord, are you redirecting me, or am I to stay, focused in the way I've been going? That's what Jesus did. There's some things that we can learn about people in this story too, not just Jesus, but some people, about people. We get excited when we see the grandstand show going on, the healings, and we hear the great teachings, and we see miraculous things happening. And, we say, man, God is really moving. We can get obsessed with those things. And I think Jesus also decided that it was time to move on, not just to keep his mission in focus, but to keep his new disciples focused as well. Because they could have gotten real quickly into this idea, look at what this great ministry thing's going on. But that's not what it's about. You see, we are invited to come follow Jesus. That's his invitation. Follow me. To Peter and John, follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. And when Jesus finishes his prayer and he sees Peter, James, and John, and they tell him everybody's looking for you, he reiterates it and he says, we need to go to other places. Notice he said we, not just me. Jesus included Peter, James, John, and Andrew. You need to leave this place, your home, and follow me to these other places. We're not here to build a great ministry for God. We're here to join him on his mission. God doesn't need us to build a great ministry for him. He wants us and has invited us to join him on his mission. The Great Commission, Matthew 28, tells us that. The question for us is, are we willing to leave and walk with Jesus? when Jesus went to these other places, he taught in their synagogues, and he did the same thing in those places that he did with Peter and them. All right, guys, this is Jay Moore. I'm the founder of The Ordinary Christian. I hope you found this enlightening and helpful. And do me a favor, hit the like button, share this video with somebody, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you're thinking about. Take care. God bless you.